Hey guys, if you're looking at starting the sailing skill in Old School RuneScape, I just released a quest guide on the Pandemonium, so go and check that out. If you're looking at doing sailing, you have to do that first. What I'm curious about though is how do we do this charting thing? So let's go ahead and head north here, and we're going to go into this cave and see if we can learn about charting. Looks like if we run south over here, we're going to find Charton Charles McAtlas. Hello, good day, what can I do for you? Junior Jim told me that you might be able to help me out with sea charting. Ah, that I can do indeed, you see. I am a map maker extraordinaire. I find that a little bit hard to believe. Don't let this fool you. It takes more than eyes to make a map. They named the mapping book after me, you see. He flashes a copy of the book at you titled McAtlas's Multitude of Maps. Both of them. He shows you another, called the Charlespendium of Sea Charts. I see. So as you can now see, I am very much the man to speak to about this sort of thing. Here, I have a spare spyglass you can have. Charles thrusts a spyglass into your hands. You are quite welcome to use it to admire me from afar. So what specifically would you like to know about charting? Alright guys, let's just start from the top down and go through all these options to learn about charting. How do I go about charting the sea? What you need to do is going to vary depending on what it is that you're tracking. That said, the starting point is always going to be your captain's log. I actually helped author the standard log that we give out around the Pandemonium. I made sure to include some big hints in there about the things you might find on your sailing adventures. You get the distinct impression you were just winked at by a blindfolded eye. You say that there are a few different things I might want to track, so what are they? Well, you have both big and small points of interest. Water currents, sea depths, weather patterns, and then there's also drink crates. They're a curious one that Steve likes people to track. Can you tell me about charting smaller points of interest? Well, you'll likely spot some interesting things in the sea and some of the less explored islands that you find whilst out sailing. Charting these things is simple. All you need to do is just make a note of them as you find them. Many points of interest don't require any tools to chart, just interact with them from your boat or while on foot when close enough to them. Can you tell me about the larger points of interest? For them, you'll want to find a good spot and use a spyglass to take it all in. But how do I know where a good spot is? That can take a bit of practice, but if you pay close attention, you might find some very subtle, definitely not obvious signs of where the best places are. The spyglass can be used to chart larger points of interest. You can do so either from your boat or while on foot, and keep an eye out for the sparkly white circles that show where a spyglass can be used. Could you tell me about the drink crates? They're a bit of an interesting one. It's been argued that they're not actually completely essential for charting the sea, but Steve seems to think otherwise. Probably best for you to talk to him if you want to know more. You do need to complete the Prying Times quest to learn about drink crates. Could you tell me about tracking currents? Absolutely. Understanding the various currents around the seas is essential. As you sail around, you'll likely spot many currents of potential interest. But once I spot them, how do I track them? For that, you'll need the right tool. Well, I suppose in this case, it's less of a tool and more of a friend. What do you mean? It'll probably make more sense if you head out and discover the art of tracking currents for yourself. We had someone passing through recently who said that Arhine in Catherby was looking to track some currents. I'd suggest you go and speak to him. You need to complete the current affairs quest to learn about tracking currents. Could you tell me about checking sea depths? For that, you'll need to go diving. However, you don't want to rush it. You'll need to make sure that you're skilled enough for that sort of thing before you dive in. You require 38 sailing to learn about checking sea depths. So, could you tell me about tracking weather patterns? Well, all good captains need to have a strong understanding of the weather out at sea. However, it requires a fair bit of skill to do it well, so I'd suggest you wait until you're more experienced. You need level 57 sailing to learn about tracking weather patterns. It's so nice that they won't even tell you about the skills until you reach the level. Let's see if we can go out here and do some charting now. Oh boy, oh boy. We're taking damage. This is not good. Mayday, mayday. Oh, here we go. Chart wreck of the Salty Grouper. Okay, got 15 sailing XP. Find the wreck of the Salty Grouper southwest of Tutorial Island. Okay, so let's look at our log now. Tool needed, sailing requirement. So we have 1 of 68, so I guess you get B for completing these kind of log type things. Let's see if we can look through this. There we go, chart dragon activity marker. Let's do that. All right, charting complete. Okay, so it is pretty like obvious what it is, like the different things you need to chart it. This is kind of cool actually being able to look up on the other side of Crandor there, man. I used to kill so many moss giants for money there when I was a kid, getting those big bones. Is this Lumbridge? Oh, this is Entrana. It's so weird seeing things from this perspective of the game. Oh wow. I wonder what happens if I like take all this damage. Like, do I lose my ship? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm sinking, guys. What happens? I guess I'll find out now. Your boat has capsized. You barely make your way back to land. You'll now need to speak to a shipwright to recover your boat. To find a shipwright. Okay. Well, I think we've got the basic idea of charting down. Basically, you're just going to click on things, and I'm sure at some point we could use this spyglass here, but I don't think my boat's in the proper shape to be going around. Obviously, I will get killed. So I'm going to try to figure out how to upgrade this thing, but I think you get the point of charting. Seems pretty straightforward. You're just going around looking for things and clicking on them when you see them. If that helps you guys out, give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next sailing video. This is a lot to try to figure out, but so far it seems kind of cool. See you guys later.